show. It is November 13th, and today I am here in New Jersey with Pearstrike.
Hi. Hello. I almost said nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, phone. Nice to meet you, camera.
Yeah, so a big reason why I wanted to talk to you is because you've been busy. You've been super busy the past couple weeks or months, right?
That's true. Yeah, it was all of October, honestly. Yeah. Released an album, my second album. I make strange experimental electronic music. I don't honestly can't describe it too well.
But I'm a fucking idiot. 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 I'm a fucking idiot.
And yeah, that's kind of been what I've been up to, and a job and all that, life.
Yeah. Well, you also got married, right?
Oh yeah.
Just
I honestly
I guess
did not even think of it. Yeah. I also got married too. That was the end of September. So yeah, that happened, and then we went to Hawaii for Bouncy Boy's wedding. It was a real wild couple of weeks, but yeah. And then the album, and then now things are calming down, and I'm able to breathe a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about doing this earlier, but then I was like his wedding's coming up. I'll just hold off, and then you started posting on Twitter about other things. I'm like, okay, I think
we're clear.
I think I could ask now.
No, yeah, for sure. Things are kind of relaxing. I've been trying to speedrun this past couple 2 weeks just to so I'm not all washed up. 1 and 2, just because I have the time and I can. I have some goals I'm working towards and stuff, so yeah, that's been fun, and it's nice. Honestly, it's nice just to be able to breathe. Shut up, Discord.
Yeah, I haven't been able to catch your streams, but I see you posting air ride.
Yeah,
stuff
I haven't
on
even
Twitter.
been streaming it, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, then that makes sense.
I haven't streamed since Halloween. I played Hannah Montana, the movie, the video game.
I know it very well.
Yeah.
I played it. I brought it to AGDQ 2018, the Xbox version, and we were messing around with it, and then we accidentally left it in the Xbox, and we rented it from 8-Way Gaming.
Yeah, whatever they are. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have my Hannah Montana, and I have their Naruto Shippuden 3 or something.
Oh man. What a trade.
Yeah, I was actually really upset.
Oh, I would be too. I mean, that's a bad trade. I definitely would want to take the Hannah Montana over the
It was it was the only meme game I had.
Yeah, you know what? It wasn't bad. Honestly, playing through it, it's a real game. I mean, I have other games what the fuck is that? That one band. I can't think of
it. Does Jonas Brothers have a band?
They probably do. Is there a Naked Brothers band Wii game?
Camp Rock?
I believe it. Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, all those are just DDR games, right? They're always super bad like that. But this was a real game. This is a speedrunnable game.
Yeah,
for sure.
There was we found speedrun strats. I'm sure it does the same thing on the Wii that when you sing correctly, play the notes, the game just lags up insane.
Oh, yeah, I could not figure that out. Every time I sung the note, it I didn't know I didn't know what was going on with that. I was trying to sing into the Wiimote. Yeah,
I think it was just buttons.
That was brutal.
But maybe it has that functionality.
I
played on
buttons?
Xbox, so I don't know.
Oh, it might have been buttons, and I was trying to sing into the Wiimote. So that might explain a lot, yeah. I didn't read the tutorial for that.
Did you finish the game?
No.
Me neither.
No. We were close, I think. I got to all the areas on the map.
I think we were trying to get the optimal path for you had to herd some farm animals.
Yeah.
And they were well, you could there's some sick optimization.
Yeah,
here, probably.
It was TP. It was the beginning of TP. That's what I kept thinking about.
Doing goats.
Yeah, seriously, it's Hannah Montana goats. That was cracking me up.
Yeah, I mean, you got I feel like you are someone that plays a lot of like weird games. Like I'm looking, you got
Okay,
some Japanese games here.
Yeah.
I know of that game, the giant one.
Yeah, Doshin the Giant. This is the most recent like full game run I've done recently.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucks, but it's I wanted to just learn a new full game run a couple months back, and I picked that up. This is Ribbit King. I did
Classic.
that for a little while. Yeah, that one's great. This is another Japanese only. See, this and Doshin.
Oh, I know that from that thing is like
from
in
Melee,
Smash.
right?
Yeah.
This and Doshin are both in Smash as trophies, and these are both Japanese only GameCube games, but they're like first party or second party or something. They're basically made by some kind of division of Nintendo. So
Yeah, I also I really like the Japanese like cases.
Yeah, it's
I
so
only
nice.
have I have Wind Waker and Luigi's Mansion, and I like how small they are. And
yeah,
like,
me too.
And like I don't have the Luigi's Mansion one, but like the little case on it.
Yeah, the slide out. Yeah.
It's nice.
No, it's cool. It's a cool presentation. This game is so dope, and this is very up my alley. With like, it's similar to Air Ride, kinda. I mean, it's a very IL heavy game
Mm-hmm.
that you could do, like Air Ride. So I definitely want to try that one out for a run one day. But
Okay.
Currin Squash or whatever. Insane name.
I'll be around to check it out. I don't know what this game is. This looks like Swablu the Pokemon.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see it.
Dude, so basically like you're like constantly rotating, and you're this ball, and you got these wings, and you're rotating, and you have to make it around an obstacle course, but you're constantly rotating, so you have to like rotate it faster or stop the rotation so you don't hit the wall.
Okay.
It's just basically like, it's almost like Monkey Ball ish kind of.
I was just my last interview was with a Monkey Ball runner, so great segue.
There you go. Come to check out Currin Squash.
Yeah.
There are some that I know. Callan Ball ran this game, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about so your main game's Kirby,
Mhm.
Kirby Air Ride,
Kirby Air Ride.
and that's what you've been saying. You've been doing posting on Twitter. Yep.
Yeah. I've so basically, I've been running that game for a long time, since like 2015, I think, and mostly did basically everything in the Air Ride mode. You said grind out all tracks runs and for the records for that, and Air Ride any percent, and just all kinds of things, all kinds of categories in this game. But at this point, I kind of like, for the full RTA categories, I kind of, for the most part, feel like I've hit my kind of ceiling with that. And also, I've just been busy with having a job and like all these adult things now. And
Yep.
so now it is kind of just like, I always said that this is the perfect game for me, because I could just do, after I'm like done streaming, which I'm not, but after I'm done streaming, I could just do ILs for the rest of my life. And that's basically where the point that I'm at right now is. I'm just doing ILs. There's like 144 different ILs that you could do in the game, in the Air Ride mode, because it's based on like vehicle and track combination, and there's 16 vehicles and 9 tracks, so there's a lot of different stuff you could do. And I've just been trying to get good times in that. And there's a ranking, there's an IL ranking on the Japanese leaderboard website, so I'm trying to get on the leaderboard. And it's
Nice.
cool, they have like the Mario Kart websites, how they all go like by points basically.
Right.
It's like that. You
That's cool.
can allocate points by getting a better time and stuff. So
Yeah, I think that's really cool to like find a game where like you don't have to be like super serious anymore about it, because I kind of feel that with Melee.
Mhm.
Like I don't really enter tournaments anymore, but if I'm hanging out with my high school friends, we'll just like talk and just play Melee on the side. It's like
same thing.
I like the low key.
This is,
kind of
it's just
thing.
like I don't have to, with ILs, I don't have to stream it or anything. I could just do it and grind it, and it's like, I don't know, it's like good for my brain. I can just play this game forever.
Yeah, I mean, what made you initially pick up Air Ride? Because there's so many other like Mario Kart is like way more popular.
Yeah, I don't. Air Ride was always the game I liked the most as a kid when it comes to the Mario, kart racers in general. And I found some runs and like some all tracks runs like way. There was like one person who was doing it, posting on the speedrun Reddit, and I just wanted to beat it. At the time, I was doing Mario Sunshine, and but I just wanted a second game, and I just wanted to beat that time. And then I got really hooked into it because practicing the all tracks runs. The all tracks, it's 9 tracks, right? And so practicing is you're just grinding an IL. And so that's why I got so into it because, practicing is just a little speed run.
Yeah.
A little, like, self-contained speed run of its own. And that was kind of my problem with SMS at the time was, just the inaccessibility for practice. Like, you could practice levels in it, but the loading, it takes a while. With Air Ride, it's so snappy. You just restart, boom.
And I'm sure at the time when you stopped, like that was before all like the codes.
Yeah, I wanted to say that too. That was before all the practice code era. So I'm sure now it's a lot better. But yeah, honestly, in SMS, to practice, I would just run around the Isle Delfino, just run around instead of doing actual levels because it's more fun. And that's basically how I feel about Air Ride. It's the whole practicing the whole game, or just the whole Air Ride mode to me is just like running around the buildings in Isle Delfino. Right. It's just movement. It's just.
Do you think you could like set it to like 20 laps, 30 laps, and just keep going?
Oh yeah, so there's a mode, there's a free run mode, and basically that's just endless. It just loops, and in that mode you have a ghost that you could race against. And the only difference in that versus Time Attack is the 3-lap basic track format that we do for the all tracks runs and whatnot. But with free run, it's just for fast lap time, and the only difference is, 1, it loops forever, and 2, it doesn't have any enemies. So you could just grind that over and over and just keep doing, just keep going and going.
Right.
And that's honestly the best way to practice because you're getting the full lap every time, and even if you screw something up, you could practice like, doing this part a little different and seeing if that works better and, whatever. Basic speedrun stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, and like... I do like how you really like fully commit to the Kirby Air Ride thing. Like there's some games like for me, with Breath of the Wild, I pretty much only do all shrines.
Yeah.
But you do like the main mode, you do like City Trial.
Yeah.
Did you come up with the hot dog?
Yeah.
The 5 hot dog challenge?
Yeah, because even in City Trial, I just like the movement of the game. City Trial is fun because it is just, free roaming movement of the game. Right now I'm doing a thing called max stats where you try to max.
I've seen that.
Yeah, and that's kind of like a self-made challenge, but it's hard to do, to max all the stats out within the 7-minute time limit. Like I think only 3 people have done it on the leaderboard. So I'm just trying to complete that. Like at all. So that's kind of been the main thing I've been streaming, and yeah, like I think the reason I do all these different categories is just because I just like the movement, and the movement's the same in everything basically. I mean,
it's the Top Ride.
It's different. Yeah, Top Ride. I like Top Ride too though. But
it's cool, but it's different.
That one's definitely the most different. Yeah. And it's like each vehicle is very different from each other. But controlling them is the same, and maybe it's that control that I like. I don't know, but either way, it to me it feels, it's like Air Ride and Melee have similar feels. How they're both like kind of heavy. It's hard to explain it, but to me they both feel like heavy and like purposeful, and it's got that kind of that GameCube mechanics to it. It's hard to explain, but yeah, there's just something about it that like they really feel good to play. I don't know. They both speak to me.
That's fair. I'm not sure what you mean, but
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just, to me, they both have kind of like addicting movement, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't like realize when I was younger that like there's so many are they like vehicle like stars that have
vehicles.
like I don't know, like I could never use some of them, and then when
Mhm.
I see like you or whoever else like playing, I'm like, you can move with this thing. Like
Yeah.
I think I saw you posting like the Turbo Star.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, I never used the Turbo Star when I was playing this as a kid.
I mean, yeah, some of them have really weird specific physics. Like turbo, it only like yeah, you can only charge it when you're turning, and I don't. It's a. I mean, that's not. It's a pain in the ass, and yeah, a lot of them are just really specific. You got to do like a very specific thing.
Yeah, like I think I saw you do one with the like the motor, like the one they charge up a lot, and like
Star,
you like
yeah.
go backwards so you can like go off a jump
Up the ramp, yeah.
It's just like so silly.
Yeah, that's a glitch because when you have a Bolt Star only goes forward if you have a full charge. Like every other air ride just goes, but Bolt Star will not move unless you do a full charge. But so if you go off a ramp with a full charge and you land, then your charge will be like a third faster than it normally would. For some reason, when like from the distance that you land, it increases, the propulsion that you get. I don't know why. So yeah, we try to go off the ramp with a full charge, and so we land, and then he shoots off, and then we could basically chain it from ramp to ramp. But yeah, in the beginning of that IL, we turn around to hit the ramp right behind us, and that's pretty cool. I always love that strat. The fact that you go backwards to go faster is always. I was always a big fan of that.
Yeah. I mean, so I've been trying to do like tier lists
Mm-hmm.
with my other guests. Do you have like a star tier list?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a real tier list for.
Well,
like,
I mean, like, what do you like?
But for me, yeah, number one would be Wheelie Scooter because that's the fastest for the all tracks, and you can move around with that one a lot. Like it's very quick and snappy, and there's a lot of cool tech with it, with the spin dashing against the wall and doing big jumps, and it just goes really fast and does really wild things. And then I like Jetstar. So that's S tier. Yeah, that's S tier. I like Jetstar a lot. Jetstar is fun when you get air and then you hit the ground. You get a big like dash of speed. We call that jet dashing. And so that
See, I
one's
don't even
really
really
fun.
know what some of these things do. So
Yeah.
this is also like a good like tutorial.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, and that one is just a little like burst of speed every time you hit the ground. And yeah, that one's super fun too. That's it's like S tier. That's S tier too. And then Swerve is great because Swerve is the one that only moves when you press A or whatever. It's the fucking Illuminati.
It's like really
pyramid
fast,
shit.
but
Yeah,
you can only turn when you stop.
that one's fun because you can angle yourself at a wall like this, and you could just spin, and then you go faster by a little bit. So that one's always fun, trying to angle yourself in the wall, get like a couple spins like on straightaways and whatnot, and just go a little bit faster. And yeah, I'm a big fan of that one. And that one's just the best for just honestly cruising around, like even in City Trial. I like that. Like that's my favorite casual star. So yeah, that's an A tier, I would say. And then F tier is Bulk Star. Sucks. I like it a Nebula Belt because of the whole ramp thing that we're talking about. But like, oh god, what else? Turbo Star sucks ass.
I thought you were gonna say the meme on your stream, the getting the bird.
Oh yeah,
copying the bird.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, that's so bad it counts as its own vehicle. Yeah, the bird power up. Yeah, that sucks. Meta Knight. Oh, dude, DDD is so bad because DDD is the same as Wheelie Bike because he's on a Wheelie Bike, but he has a hammer, so he can't get like power ups or anything because he's fucking DDD. And his hammer doesn't work, and he'll like swing at an enemy and he'll miss it, and you get power up or you get speed boost from killing enemies. So it's like you angle yourself to hit an enemy, and he misses the enemy. He's just swinging like a nut. So he sucks. That's my least favorite. Yeah.
Does Kirby get a speed boost just from like trying to suck up an enemy?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, only Only when you do it, because it only gets the speed boost from killing the enemy, like the act of murder. So, yeah, I always wondered that myself too. I think once I tried it and didn't work.
All right, and I guess do you like the Dragoon or the other one?
Yeah, Dragoon's good. I mean, Hydra's fine. It's like Bulk Star almost, where you just have to charge it forever, and then it just goes forever, and it's crazy. But Dragoon, it could fly real high forever, and it's just you don't have to charge it. Basically, it's honestly
it's definitely a lot
similar.
more fun to use when you're in a city trial.
Yeah, you could just go. So yeah, I would say Dragoon, but they're both cool. I rarely get them anymore.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to ask you about the new Kirby.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any interest in that?
Yeah.
I'm not sure like how into Kirby in general are you?
Yeah. Honestly, like Air Ride is the only Kirby game I really love. I like Epic Yarn, but
it's cute.
Honestly, yeah, that's honestly my second favorite, and then I like the others. I like Superstar or whatever, but I'm not a big Kirby guy. But that looks great. I'm always down for them doing something different, especially with Kirby. It's been like stuck in 2D boring platformer hell where they just all look the same, man. It's like all the same fucking game.
Yeah,
So,
I totally agree.
Yeah, so this is cool. And if I see an Air Ride machine, I will lose my mind. So we're hoping, fingers crossed.
Yeah, like I think it's the first 3D Kirby
since Air Ride.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
I can't believe they finally did it.
It's kind of insane.
Yeah, I was talking about it with Trev, and like he kind of summed it up well with like, both of us. We were both talking about, but like I like Kirby, and it's like it's very like safe. Like I think if I was to get a Kirby, I would enjoy it, but it's like, do I really want to spend the money for like another
the same shit
thing?
Yeah.
So I'm interested how the 3D thing will come with that.
Yeah, for sure. It's different at least. So, and that I'm all for new Nintendo games. I'm done. Like all they keep doing is putting out remakes, and it's like, oh my god, dude. That's why I don't even care about the 2D Metroids, but that's why I was stoked for Dread, Metroid Dread.
Did you get it?
Yeah, and I'm like almost. I don't know. I'm probably like halfway through. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure, but that's great. And it's like, oh man, something new, dude. A new experience.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like a lot of people feel the same way, especially when you're like kind of older, and like I can see a little kid playing. Like, I mean, it's bad, the Ocarina of Time Switch.
Oh yeah,
bad,
sure.
But like, if that's the only way they can play it, I get it. But it's like I already own it.
Yeah, no, sure.
It feels shitty when like you've already been following Nintendo for so long, and then they just re-release things.
Same stuff, and it's weird too because then they don't re-release things that. They don't re-release everything. They don't re-release like things that you would expect them to. It's like so strange.
What
so
would
confusing.
be like a game that you want to see re-released?
I don't know. Put Doshin the Giant in America. That's what I want.
That could be cool.
Bring Doshin the Giant to America. No, I don't know. I don't think anyone wants that. The game's really not that good. I don't know. I guess Air Ride. Not really. No, I don't. I don't want them to bring Air Ride in because then I might have to play it on the Switch or something. I just like playing on my Wii here on my 20-inch CRT, and that's it.
Yeah, I do think that like maybe there's like a couple games I can think of. Like I wouldn't care for it, but like I would lose my mind if like Thousand Year Door was re-released.
Oh sure, yeah. Yeah, I would be excited for that too because I never played that game. Growing up. Yeah.
Oh my god. Have you played any Paper Marios?
Yeah. I beat the first one. Actually, I didn't beat the first one. I got to Bowser and I stopped. I got the final boss and I stopped. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah, that's
okay.
it.
I mean, the first like 3 are kind of like the.
Oh,
you probably don't want to play anything.
And Super Paper Mario. Yeah.
Okay.
I did play a good amount of that. Yeah. But no, I never played Thousand Year Door. You know, it's weird too because. Since we are as speedrunners, we are very in tuned with the older games, playing on the older hardware. So it's like we have all this, we're playing the fucking Wii every day still. And like most people aren't, it's still in their grandma's basement, and so they do want it re-released so they could play this stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
But then for us especially, it's like, oh my god, okay, I could play I have all of this, I could play it whenever, like just do something new. Yeah. So yeah, I think it especially is like annoying to us.
Yeah, probably. Super frustrating.
Yeah,
Nintendo doesn't make games anymore.
They don't do a lot of things anymore. But yeah, especially the games. So.
Did you watch like the direct, like the last direct?
No, I was at my wedding rehearsal. But my friend was there too, and he was watching. He gave me updates every once in a while. And he gave me the Kirby update. I was like, oh shit. He gave me the update about Chris Pratt voicing Mario.
Of course.
I was like, oh, see, that was an important update. He sent me the picture of Seth Rogen and Donkey Kong. That was exciting. Yeah. That's basically it, but I never ended up watching the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to see if you knew, like, or if you had, like, any thoughts on anything that was shown off. Because, I don't know, there was, like, a lot.
Yeah.
And there was also a lot of frustrating things, like Switch Online.
Oh,
like
sure.
The expansion pack.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's silly. I mean, my biggest problem with Switch Online is that the online doesn't work well. I'll like, if I'm really not playing any Switch Online games anyways. But if I was, I would pay whatever the price is for good online, but there's no point. I don't know. They could put on how many extras that they want. It doesn't, it still defeats the purpose of the whole thing, is that the online part doesn't work.
Yeah. So have you seen the clip of Mario Kart 64 online?
No.
It's like the audio is also getting like lag frames, so like the audio just sounds like terrible.
Yeah.
It
makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't like, I don't know how they expect people to get it because they're trying to put everything into it. They don't want it to just be online, but it's called online, but the online doesn't work. I don't know. It's just stupid. It's silly to me.
Well, we could take a break from getting mad at Nintendo.
Sure.
So tell me about your album.
Oh, sure. I make music on the side, I guess, and I stream on the side. I don't basically I guess I work on the front, on the main, and then I make music. I make strange electronic music. Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know how I would describe it, but it's video gamey for sure.
Yeah, the first track.
Yeah,
definitely. I was re-listening to it.
Yeah,
on
that
the
one
drive,
has,
and
like,
I was like, this is definitely very video.
Yeah,
game.
that one definitely has a lot of chiptune sounds in it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
He doesn't have much to say.
I don't know. I'm excited that it's out. I'm excited that it's done.
Act like you're like famous. Like you're famous, and like you're like just out of a concert, and everyone's like, tell us about how do you feel that.
Well, I put 2 compressors on this instrument and on the didgeridoo, and that's why the thing sounds so good. No, I don't know. Like, is there a story to it? I kind of get like a maybe not concept album. Yeah. There's some story stuff to it. I mean, the main idea of the album is kind of like the main overall story. I have a whole track that's just a narration, and that doesn't even give much context, anyways. But the main story is that like there's a character from my last album, which was the whole story was it's in like this planet where the sky is like an ocean and all this. It's a weird fantasy kind of planet, and the whole story for that is there's this kid obsessed with like going into the sky ocean, the sky sea, as are a lot of people in the world. I don't know, and basically so this one is kind of like a character from that world coming back to the real world,
Okay.
reality, and
Is that Michael?
dealing with shit. Yeah.
Okay.
That is Michael No Pulp. Yeah, and it's honestly, I was diagnosed with like OCD 2 years ago, and this album is kind of me. It's kind of about me being medicated, honestly, and like dealing with real life again, instead of mostly like dealing with, my fucking brain problems or whatever, and kind of coming back to reality and functioning a little more normal and dealing with what comes with that,
Yeah.
So-
No, I think that's great. Like, I've been getting into like songwriting,
Mhm.
and like years ago, I like was trying to come up with songs. I'm like, I don't really know like I don't have anything to like write about though,
Yeah.
So like I've with so many things going on, like the pandemic and
Oh yeah,
like
sure.
all those different things, gives you some inspiration for
sure.
writing. So that's super cool that like just going through like a whole album, like it's crazy.
Yeah, no, and it's weird because I make instrumental music for the most part. I have some songs. I have a lot of different genres throughout the album. Like, there's an emo song. There's a fucking like a song where I scream on it, and a lot of the times the lyrics are just like stupid shit. But I like the overall picture to kind of have something, like something that ties everything together, like some central focal point, which is, mental illness in this case. And basically that. And I'm happy that it's out. I'm happy that it's done. It's been done for a long time. And now I'm kind of just trying to get back into making music again. It's been a while since I've actually made stuff, because it was for that album. So yeah, it's basically where I'm at now. In between each album, I kind of just like to learn a lot of things and just download new instruments and kind of just experiment with things and like almost figure out what the sound for the next one will be and like start getting ideas and stuff. So
Okay.
that's kind of where I'm at with it now. So
Did you like have more fun, or like are you like happier with this album
yeah.
compared to your first one?
for sure, the first one I really was just learning how to make music and how to do it in my style, or what my style was, I guess. And in this one, I'm a lot more like I figured it out for the most part. So there isn't like so much insane progression in my music making ability through each song. That's kind of how it was for the first album. The first album, it took like 2 years because I would make a song and then I would make like 4 songs and then I would listen back and it's like they suck because I've gotten better. So then I would go back and have to redo all the songs all the time. So this time I just like went through them all basically and didn't have to really go back and fix things up and or complete overhaul like I would do. So that's basically it. And I'm always, of course, I'm going to be more proud of this one, because I always feel like my older stuff sucks. That's always like after you make a song, you're going to feel like it's bad as time goes on, and you get better. So yeah.
The struggle of the musician.
Yeah, the struggle. Yeah, of any artist, honestly. Yeah, just always thinking, because you see the improvements, where you've improved and whatnot. So when you look back, it's like, oh my god, that sucks. I didn't even do this. I wasn't even doing this. Why'd I do this? I didn't know how to do this versus doing this. Blah blah blah. So
You'll have to teach me then, because I'm
sure.
right.
Yeah.
So, so far I've like recorded just the guitar.
Yeah.
Because it's the only instrument I like actually have on me and know how to use. So
Yeah.
I need to like figure out, like in my head I can be like, I want the drum to sound like that.
Yeah.
But I don't like know how to do it.
Yeah. No, I mean, and a lot of it's just trial and error. I feel like you need to have those moments. You need to go back and be like, oh, why'd I mix the drums like this? To because that shows that you've figured it out now, like that you have a better idea of how to do it and that you are improving. So
right.
I think that's just going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, you gotta learn.
Yeah, 100%.
As you go. Like I mean, with this, I don't know how to do interviews.
Yeah,
you guys can probably tell I don't know how to do it.
No, I think it's great.
And I also am like learning how to video edit. And if no one watches this, I learned how to video edit.
Yeah, sure.
So,
yeah, you're always it's for you. You're getting something out of it, no matter what the feedback ends up being.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's honestly that's kind of how I look at speedrunning in a whole. It's for me, speedrunning is just like pure like self-improvement. Mm-hmm. It's like self-improvement in its purest form. Because like some people, and that's totally fine, like go for records, and I did myself too, and I still would if I was close to a record, whatever. And a lot of people, that's their motivation, is to get a record and get that notoriety or whatever it is. But for me at this point, it's like I'm just doing these ILs, and I'm not like expecting to get any records, and it is just like self-improvement. And even if you do get the record, it's like just pure self-improvement. You could really see yourself improve. You get that like automatic feedback by getting the lower time and whatnot. Right. Because at the end of the day, it's like speedrunning is kind of an arbitrary thing, it doesn't
especially
really,
with all the extra rules that people add on.
Sure, 100%. Like it doesn't really matter, it does. Don't get mad at me, but it's not like Melee. When you get better at Melee, you could beat people. It's a head-to-head thing. With speedrunning, it's just you. Like, yeah, you could be going up against other people's times, but you're not doing that at the same time or anything, So it is very, you could just look at it as just full self-improvement, just trying to get better and better, and it's like yourself in this bubble, and nothing else really matters. Like the record time doesn't matter, or like any other person's time in the same thing that you're doing, that doesn't matter. It's just I'm trying to get better. I know I could do this better. So yeah
On that topic, like what do you think of like races?
Races are fun. I think races are great.
What about competitive races? Like 64 is like kind of getting to that point where there's like 10 like really really good runners. Like what do you think of that kind of aspect?
Yeah, that's cool. Trying to bring a more competitive aspect to it, like a Smash Brothers or like a fighting game thing. Make it so people really go head to head. I think that's cool. I think that's a real cool aspect to it. I think that'd be fun to do personally. I feel like Air Ride, you could do a lot with that, like almost like counter picking stages. Like if you were to do like I always dreamed
that could be something.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like you could do IL races with people, and you could counter pick stages or vehicles or something. I don't know, but yeah, no, I think it's neat. For me, races are just fun. I never really did any super like competitive races. Me and David, we did a GDQ air ride race, and that was like competitive and fun, I guess. But at the end of the day, there's no like, I don't know. It is kind of weird because it isn't like with Smash. At the end, if you win, it's like, oh, you beat that person. But with speedrunning, it's like, oh, you beat them, but maybe your time is still ahead of theirs on the leaderboard, or you lost to them in the race.
There's still something concrete.
Yeah, exactly.
With speedrunning.
Exactly, where like Melee, you don't have that. Yeah. No,
that's why I want to ask you, like, for that same thing. Like, I feel like I don't know how I feel about races and speedrunning yet, just because of that aspect of like, if you go up against someone that has like a PB that's like 3 minutes faster, it's like, I probably won't win this.
Yeah.
But like in Melee, there's always that I could do it. Like,
yeah.
They don't know how like you actually match up.
Yeah, and you definitely still have that upset chance in speedrunning. So even though you're at, like, if it's a 3 minute difference, obviously that's like no chance. But if you're just off by like maybe a half a minute or something, depending on the run, or like by a minute. You know, there in a lot of runs, there's definitely big moments for upset and whatnot. It's just a weird thing too, because speedrunning is, it's not, I don't know, it's a real consistency thing, you know. It's like, that's like measuring a different skill. The races, it's like the races is like measuring like consistency almost, where the leaderboard is measuring like your best possible run. So it is, I guess it's neat in that aspect where there are kind of two different things being measured. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, yeah. So I guess it's kind of a little different than what we would be used to with just, you know, doing attempts and grinding runs and getting on the leaderboard and whatnot. So
yeah, I've never really been into races, but I think I might do it more.
Yeah, I think it could be a fun thing. And yeah, like I said, I have never really tried super competitive races myself, other than the GDQ thing, and that was fun. I lost, so I'm mad about it. That's why I'm saying fuck races. They don't mean shit. All that matters is the leaderboard, but not really, because he beat me on there too. It's all bullshit. That's what I think.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that you did GDQ runs. You've done
three.
Yeah. I was gonna say 2.
No.
Which ones were those?
Well, the first one was Air Ride in 2016, which was just all tracks. And then it was Wave Race Blue Storm.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah, I wish I could too. That was bad. Yeah, that was bad. I shouldn't have even done that. That was bad. That was not good. And then we did this last one in like, well, I say this last one, but I guess it was in 2019, SGDQ. But yeah, we did all tracks, no duplicate vehicles, which is a slightly different all tracks run. And that was great. That was my favorite one for sure. Yeah, that was just fun. So
cool.
It was fun. It was good commentary. It was good gameplay for the most part, except for me. I don't want to talk about it. You're bringing up bad memories.
I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna find like the exact like moment that you realized that you
had fucked up.
Yeah.
No, I'll tell you, it's checker night. I was ahead all the way until checker night, and then I blew it. I blew the big one. Oh my god! And he got an ILPB during that. So stupid, but yeah. So.
Good for David.
No, no, it's no good. But yeah, no, it's cool though. It's cool to have a main game, you know, like it's cool to have a main speed game that you can always go back to. And like I was saying earlier with Air Ride, it's like I've done all the, you know, longer categories. I've done so many of the different RTA categories. And for all the ones that I care about, I really feel that I have kind of hit that threshold, that ceiling. Like, I could keep grinding and get a couple seconds better, but it's... I don't know. I just don't care. I don't care to do that anymore. And yeah, now I'm just at the point where it's like, yeah, I could just do ILs. There's so many ILs out there in the game, and there's so much that I haven't even touched. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of never ending, and it's neat. It's neat in that aspect. So I don't know. That's why it's my game. I just like how it handles. I like how it feels. Same with Melee. Both of them just feel good to me. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know the specifics. I'm not going to talk about the heaviness anymore.
Maybe it's just the GameCube. I mean, GameCube
it's
got like that specific charm to it.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Like, I don't know. There's just something about the way... I mean, both of the games were made by basically the same team, I think. I know they were both made by...
Yeah, HAL Laboratories, the publisher.
I don't know if they had the same like exact team working on it, but I don't know. To me, they have a similar feel. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know like the specifics. I don't know the frame data. I don't know Kirby's hitboxes. I don't know shit. I just, yeah, something about it just feels so solid and like tangible to me. I don't know. So both of them are addicting, you know, just because of the gameplay. For me.
Yeah. How did you get into Melee then? Because I'm pretty sure you got into Melee like way later
Yeah, I've been watching Melee since like 2013, but I never really took it too seriously, and I still don't. I just like playing it. You know?
Oh, come on, you told me you're gonna go to the boot camp.
Well, we're going to Smash Camp, but like that's probably the most relaxed Melee tournament of all time.
I mean, you're still going to Arizona.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy.
It is cool. I definitely want to get better. And with the Slippy era, I've definitely like been able to improve a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I'll never say that I'm good at Melee. I'm definitely not. I just like playing it, and I don't put the kind of time into it that I have with Air Ride. So Air Ride, I'm definitely like, it's cool too, having a game that as your main game that you're like actually good at, that you can always go back to and like get even better at it. It's nice. I love Air Ride so much because it's like the only game that I'm good at, so that I could just always come back to. And yeah, Melee, I'm not at that point. Melee, I'm not at the point that I'm actually good at yet.
Yeah, you definitely like. There's like kind of like almost like a freedom to it when you get up to a certain point. I mean, I am so washed now. When I go on Slippy, I will sometimes I'll win, but there are other people who will destroy me on ranked.
But you are good. I feel like you've gotten to that threshold for sure. Like
I can like casually play it now.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely like in tournaments I get smoked.
Yeah.
People,
that's just how it is.
People just keep going up and up, and like when I fell off, it's just like they just kept going.
Dude, especially now, yeah, it's so easy to get better almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically it. So I've always loved Melee. It's always been my favorite. I don't know. I never just went super hard into it. Basically, I just always kept the Air Ride because I was already good at it. And Melee's too hard.
It feels good to be good at.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's like I'll just stick at this. Yeah. So, or stick to this rather. And you know it's cool. You see the passage of time through this, through the window. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dark out now. So New Jersey, we're in New Jersey.
That's right, baby. Speedrun capital of the world.
I mean, there are a lot of people. Like you mentioned that Shift is around here, and didn't Bouncy Boy used to live in New Jersey?
So it used to be the speedrunning capital of the world, but now we're all washed except for Shift. He's the only one who still does it. Honestly, I'm just out here doing my ILs. That doesn't matter for shit. And Bouncy is big tech bro in Silicon Valley, rubbing elbows with Bill Gates and whatever the hell he's doing. So you know. So yeah, there's not many people in New Jersey that not super many big notable speedrunners I know of in New Jersey still, but yeah. Mm-hmm. But wait, what about New Jersey?
Well, so I went to school in New York, and so I went to school with like a lot of like New Yorkers and New Jerseyans.
Sure. Yeah, dude. Just real quick, I had a job where I had a fucking customer service representative job, and I had a script. And I had to say the word New Jerseyans every time. It was like, we're happy to help our fellow New Jerseyans. That's not a word. Like, what is that? Anyways, sorry.
It's more of a word than, like, there is no word for Massachusetts.
Massachusettsian.
If people just say masshole, you're a masshole.
That's good.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, like... The people the people that I talked to that were from New Jersey, a lot of them just be like, "Don't go there. It's bad." Like what?
There's a lot of self-hate.
Yeah, like do you have that?
No, I mean that's just the stigma because New Jersey is like pretty shitty. There's a lot of just like, I mean that's the that's just the stereotype, you know, like New Jersey shitty, people are mean, and a lot of that is true, honestly. But like. I feel like it's just like anywhere else. I don't know.
There's always goods and bads.
Yeah, of everywhere, exactly.
I do like that you can be really close to New York City without being there.
And Philly.
Like one of my friends is from Secaucus, and like we like took like a 15-minute bus.
Oh, sure.
To New York is like okay, like it is a suburb that is totally...
And from here, we could get to Philly in like 40 minutes.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like how close you were to it.
Yeah, it's right in between. A lot of people don't know that. In Uncut Gems, I remember a lot of people who saw Uncut Gems were confused because like he went from New York to Philly and like back in like a day or whatever, but that's very doable. I mean, it is all so close up here.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I like New Jersey. I don't. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
all right. I just feel like it's anywhere else.
Yeah, and I went to Philly in that road trip that I talked to you about.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of our stops. And
Sure.
We were only there for like a night, but it was pretty cool.
It's all right. Yeah.
We couldn't even go close to it because it was closed, but we saw the Liberty Bell.
Oh.
We saw like the State House.
Nice. Yeah, I had a job recently for this dance competition. I don't want to talk about them. But fuck them. If you're watching this, fuck you. So we had to go to Philly, and yeah, we were in inner city, and it's all right. Kind of shitty, but that's shittier than New Jersey. Philly's shittier than New Jersey. New Jersey gets a bad rap.
Calling them out.
Nah, they're both equally shitty. It's okay.
Yeah, other than that, like New Jersey, I've been to my cousin. She lives in Ocean Grove, if you know that place.
No.
It's over on the coast.
Okay.
I think it's like
Makes sense.
northern Jersey
and
and like on the coast, I think.
Yeah.
It was a nice little neighborhood.
Cool.
Yeah, the drive sucks. I hate the drive.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah. No.
Well,
yeah.
some of it's nice. Like
I think that's where a lot of the stigma comes from.
Yeah, because when you drive through it, you don't
Yeah.
actually get to like see it.
Yeah, you just see like stinky ass Newark and all that shit, you know.
Yeah, like you get like a kind of like coming from New York, you get like a nice like the Palisades Parkway.
Yeah.
And that's like it's pretty nice. It's like a 2-lane, and then it opens up, and there's just like industry, like smokestacks everywhere, and like storage containers, and you're just I want to get out.
Yeah, the fucking Star Wars AT-AT Walker storage container shit. I know, dude. Yeah, honestly, that's how I feel when we go to when we pass through Baltimore. I always feel the same way. Like to me, that looks like Newark. It's like the big smokestacks and all the shitty industry stuff. Yeah, that's probably where a lot of the stereotype comes from, honestly. And they're right. It is not good looking, and it stinks.
Yeah, but I mean, like as soon as I got off of it, and I was, like 10 minutes away from you, I was like, oh, this is like, this is pretty much like the same to where I live.
Yeah. I feel like New Jersey is really diverse. I feel like you could go from a city to like a field in like 10 minutes. So
yeah, there were a lot of fields. I was on the highway, and I'm like, all right, and here's like farmland.
Dude, it's surprising. Yeah, no one expects that, but even around here, it's like pretty rural. So
yeah, definitely this area is like more of my feel.
Yeah. I mean and you know what? New Jersey's the speedrunning capital of the world because there's nothing else to do a lot of the time. No, actually, the Midwest is probably the speedrunning capital of the world.
There's a lot of
because of that.
Like Minnesota, Michigan.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I could see a lot of people resorting to speedrunning in there.
Yeah. There's a lot of Florida people too, but Florida's also just a big state.
That's true.
Or like Texas. All
Texas.
the big time streamers moved to Texas.
A lot of Texians, is that what they call them?
Texan.
New Jerseyans and Texians.
That is gonna wrap it up for this episode, unless we come back and do more. But thanks for having me. Thank you for letting me into your home.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. You know what? I want to end off with something important. This is a podcast all about speedrunning, and I want to show off this picture of probably the best speedrunner I know, Purple Mudkip 7. This was planted in my room recently. I had some gamer friends. I'm not going to name any names, but I let them into my house, like I'm doing with you, and they did me dirty, and they planted this picture of Purple Mudkip 7 and Alice in Wonderland in my room. And I just wanted to show that off and say shame to them, or shame on them. That's it.
All right. So, yeah, that's going to be the end of the episode. Make sure to, he said he's going to do more runs and stream again.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, follow him on Twitch, Pearstrike.
Hit the dislike button. Aren't they getting rid of that or something?
Oh, on YouTube? No, they're getting rid of the dislike count. You can't see how many... Yeah.
Hit the dislike
button. Now you guys
button.
will have no idea that I have
see it.
100 dislikes. And you know, we'll end off. I've been looking at this thing the entire time. Why is it the clown? Why does he have cum?
So that was in a music video that I made for my music. Yeah, and we spray painted him, and my friend wrote "cum."
All right, there you have it.
What else is there to say? Come.
All right, thanks for watching.